Hello and welcome to lesson 28, steps in data analysis process. Data analysis is very important step in a research process. It converts the data into useful information which helps for decision maker or which helps the decision maker to make informed decisions. Data analysis in general is extracting useful information from the data, or it is extracting useful insights from the data to answer our research questions or to test our hypothesis. So when we conduct data analysis, so we have to follow the following 5 steps, which starts from data cleaning, data coding and data entry, data tabulation, data analysis, interpreting and visualization. Let us see one by one. Let's start from data cleaning, the first step of data analysis. So after collecting the data using a suitable data collection method from different sources like primary or secondary, from different types of data, qualitative and quantitative data. So we have to make sure that our data is clean enough, our data is accurate. So to do that, we have to identify and detect errors. We have to identify and detect errors so as to correct those errors, so as to ensure the accuracy of our data. Actually, if we are not cleaning our data, if we are not correcting the errors, so the errors in our data affects the result of the data analysis. So we have to make sure that our data should be clean enough. So we have to we have to ensure the data quality by avoiding or by correcting the inconsistencies, duplication records, incorrectly filled errors, and missing values in the raw data. So by managing this, we have to ensure that our data is quality, our data is clean for further process. Let us see one example, removing rows with missing values. If there is missing value, so we have to remove that rows, we have to exclude or we have to omit that rows. Or correcting type errors, categorical variables, and dealing with outliers is very essential before further process. Actually, it becomes easy to detect errors after data entry, after entering the data into Excel or into SPSS, because identifying the errors from the paper-based questionnaire is very hard, but identifying the errors in the data which is found in the Excel or SPSS is very easy, because we can manipulate the data in ascending or descending, or we can categorize in different attributes. And the next step is, after cleaning our data, the next step is data encoding. Before data entry, we have to encode, we have to provide, or we have to assign a code for our data. So it is a process of converting the data into a form that can be analyzed using different software. So we have to, here we have to make the data to be appropriate to be analyzed. Or it is a process of converting the data into numerical format, or the process of assigning numerals for our data. Let us see an example. If our data is includes male and female, so we can assign 1 for male, or we can assign 2 for female. So with our data throughout, so 1 means male and 2 means female. And we can also assign education, like the diploma can be assigned with 1, and the degree can be assigned with 2. Postgraduate or masters can be assigned with 3, and PhD can be assigned with 4, and so on. And the experience can be expressed with interval, and that interval, that categorical data, can be assigned using different numbers. For example, from 1 to 5 years, we can assign 1. From 6 to 10 years, we can assign 2. From 11 to 15 years, we can assign 3, and so on. So actually, coding decisions should usually be taken at the designing stage of the questionnaire. When we design a questionnaire, so we can incorporate, we can also include this code. And after coding, coding our data, so the next step is data entry, or entering our data, entering those coded data into a spreadsheet or into an Excel, or we can directly enter those data into a software like SPSS for further analysis. And at this stage also we can conduct data cleaning, because at this stage, because the encoded data or the entered data in Excel and SPSS is very suitable to manipulate or to identify or to detect errors and to omit that errors. So further data cleaning process can be conducted at this stage. After data entry, the next step is data tabulation. Data tabulation is just a summarization and organization of the cleaned data into a structured format that can be easier for further analysis. So it is a systematic and logical representation of the numerical data into rows and columns to facilitate comparison and statistical analysis. As you see here we just form rows and columns based on different attributes of the data. So classifications of related information close to each other, related information, that is race, for example, African, colored, Indian, whites are categorized close to each other for easing the comparison. For example, the African's frequency is 396, the colored 183, and so on. And classification according to the attributes, we can classify based on different characteristics or different attributes of the data, and we can also classify according to different class interval, like 0 to 19. Age can be expressed using different intervals like this, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, and so on. So using data tabulation, when we put the data into a table, when we summarize the data into a table, into a row and column, so we can ease the comparison, we can facilitate the comparison, and we can ease the statistical analysis also. So this is an example of data tabulation. After data tabulation, the next step is data analysis, the main step. Data analysis is a process, of examining and transforming the data into useful information that can be used as a conclusion for our research, that can answer our research question, or that can address our research objective, or that can help a decision maker to make informed decision, or to support the decision making. The result of the data analysis produce meaningful information which is extracted from the data. So we convert the data, we can convert the data using data analysis into useful information or useful insight, which becomes useful for the decision maker, which can answer our research question, which can address our research objective, or which can show us the patterns or the relationship between the variables or the trends of the data, which shows the trends of the data, and ultimately we can test the hypothesis or we can disprove the theories using the result of the data analysis. So this is just an example of the result of data analysis, which is analyzed using SPSS. That is, independent variables are the tangibility, reliability, the responsiveness, assurance, empathy, that is the service quality, and the dependent variable is the customer satisfaction. So this is a coefficient table or the regression table, which shows the coefficients of each variable's effect on the dependent variables. In this stage, I want to tell you that there are two most common types of data analysis types. The first one is according to the purpose of the research. According to our research purpose, there are two most common types of data analysis, that is descriptive analysis and inferential analysis. So descriptive analysis describes the main features of the collected data, or it describes the data itself without inferring the population that it is drawn from. It only summarizes the sample rather than inferring the population. It tells the central tendency, like the mean, the median, mode, and so on, or the locations of the middle value. And in addition to the central tendency, it also tells the measures of variation like standard deviation and the variance of our data, or the variations of the data. And the second types of data analysis is inferential analysis. If we want to predict, or if we want to explore the cause and effect relationship between the variables, so we can conduct the inferential analysis. So it is making the prediction on or inferences about a population from the analysis of the sample. So based on the result of the sample, based on the analysis of the sample, so we can generalize on the larger population that the sample is drawn from. So using inferential analysis, we can analyze regression analysis and correlation analysis to know the cause and effect relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variables. So the last step is data interpretation and visualization. So after getting the result using the data analysis, we get the result using numbers, or we get the result using pie chart, bar graph, and so on. So we have to interpret, we have to provide a meaning, we have to draw a conclusion from that graphs. So data interpretation is about drawing conclusions and inferences based on the data analysis and generalize the research findings. So here we have to provide, or we have to give a meaning for that results. For example, look, this is the result. This is the result of my YouTube channel viewers according to the age. So as you see from here, from 18, majority of my YouTube channel viewers are from 18 to 24 years old, which is around 47.9 or around 48%. And the next category is from 25 up to 34 years. So it is around 40%. So my YouTube channel, majority of my YouTube channel viewers are younger age, which is between 18 to 34. So this is just an interpretation for this result. So we have to provide an interpretation for the result of the data analysis. And the last one is data visualization, which helps us to understand the key research findings and observe the relationships. It is, by the way, a graphical representation of the research finding, using it may be bar graph, pie chart, line chart, table, or box plots. It is better to communicate and see the pattern and the trends. So as you see, these results, that is the my YouTube channel viewers, as you see, the older the age is, the less the viewers. Look here, the trend as the age increases, so my viewer decreases. That means from 45 up to 54 years, so it is almost zero viewers, which is close to zero viewers. From 55 up to 64 years, it is almost very close to zeros. More than 65 plus years, so it's almost zero viewers. So it shows, this is just this bar chart shows, this bar graph shows the trends, or it clearly communicate or it is easy to understand the findings. It is easy to understand the findings than just the verbal explanation. So this is all about the data analysis steps. Thank you for listening, and we will meet with another discussion. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you like this video, please share to your friend and hit the like button. Thank you.